Haley, you listen to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, sweeps to his right, gets to the 20. He's to the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
7-11's 27-yard line. 49ers into the backfield. Smith on third down. He'll take it himself for a first down.
Left hip. Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's good! Touchdown! Touchdown 49! But it's second down. Ryan takes the snap, goes to slant to the left side. It's Michael, intercepted! The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown!
Hold everybody. Colin Kaepernick. What a game. Touchdown.
Yeah. Click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, and we're here to bring you guys some 49ers scuttlebutt. Now, listen, I know it's a funny word to say, right? But does anybody out there know what scuttlebutt means? Like, did you guys have to go and Google, or how do people find out definition now? Do you Google it? Is it like a dictionary.com or app or something?
Or you could just ask Siri.
There you go. See, I'm not a Siri guy, so I wouldn't even my brain. But I wonder if anybody looked it up. Anyway, we're gonna do some 49ers scuttlebutt and Super Bowl talks because right now we are in the middle of this Chiefs and Bills game, and let me tell you, it's not looking good for my Bills, man. I picked the Bills to go all the way at the beginning of the season, and Josh Allen got nervous after that first drive, and they've been looking a little since then. So I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. But listen, we're gonna get to some news. We got some stuff to break down. Everything before we do, let's go through these formalities. All right. Hit that like and subscribe button if you guys have never been here before. We appreciate you all. Make sure you tell somebody about us. Also say, I was watching YouTube and I found these crazy ass Nothing But Niners guys, and I really like them. I think you'll like them too. They're nuts. Go check out the nuts over there, okay? Also, follow us on some of our social media platforms. We have Twitter and Snapchat. That handle is Nothing But Nine, ERS. That's Nothing But Niners. We also have Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitch. That is Nothing But Niners, spelled all the way out. And the website, which is down, under construction, whatever you want to call it. But it's going to be back, www.nothingbutniners.com, okay? Your one-stop shop for everything Nothing But Niners. Everything 49ers from us here at Nothing But Niners. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. And my guy over here is my man Tony, NJ Niner fan 499. What's going on, man? How you feeling today, man?
Good, man. Good. Feeling good. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I've been busy as hell today. It's like one of those hurry up and relax, hurry up and rush. What do they call it? There's an expression.
Hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait. That's what hurry up and wait type of things. You know what I mean? Like you get up and you're like, damn, I think it's gonna be a nice, easy day. And then my dad's in town. I had a death in the family. I have a funeral to go to tomorrow. And so my dad's in town and he wanted to see his grandkids. The kids aren't going to the funeral and all that. So it's just like, I told him I was going to be there at 12. And then I look at the clock and it's like, oh, shit, it's 11 o'clock and they're not ready. So there's a lot of stuff like that going on today. But I'm all right, man. I'm all right. What about you?
Good, man. Just Sunday, went out with the dinner with the family for my in-laws' birthday. And that's it, man. Just doing stuff with the kids around the house. It was freezing today in New Jersey, and I'm sure it was freezing by you. So, the outdoor activities are pretty much limited. So, just another day around the house.
I hear that, man. Are you watching the game over there? You got the game in the background?
Nah, I was watching it, but I came into the kitchen.
You said no?
In the kitchen.
Oh man, I thought we were going to be like ping ponging back and forth between our topics and the game and everything. Well, let me tell you, man.
No, you can't because you're ahead of me. You got the HDN10.
Yeah. You're right, man. This 3rd down and 2 was beautiful. Oh my god, what a hit! 4th and 3, they're going for a field goal now. I love it.
Who's got it?
Oh no, the KC's going for the points. Thank you all. I see the comments here. Sorry to hear. Sorry for your. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, man. Seriously, thank you all very much. Then yeah. Kick is up. It's good. Chiefs 24, Bills 12. Man, they gotta turn this thing up, man. They gotta turn it up. They gotta get back into it. So Tony, man, we got some stuff to discuss, man. Every time, it seems like every single day the 49ers are tied to another quarterback. We have some hires that we have to discuss. You want to start with the team news? You want to start there?
Yeah, good.
I'll give you a chance to reflect. Now, we did one of them already, but I'll even go back to that. Let me pull the other one. Oh wait, I have to show this again. I'm obligated to show this picture because until it's not possible, I'm posting this picture here. So, all right. Right now, it's still in the realm of possibility. So I'm going to post that picture there. But the Niners did make some hires here. This is the old one that I'm going to give Tony a chance to respond to. I don't think you were on the show when we discussed this.
No, I wasn't. No, because I had to work, back to my schedule. But yeah, per Josina Anderson, the Niners are in negotiations or discussions with Virginia Tech co-defensive lineman Darryl Tapp to be the assistant defensive line coach per her source. He will be replacing White Cotton, who was the assistant defensive line coach to Kocurek. Interesting thing here. Hey, what do you know? He played for Kocurek. So, and I believe he played with D'Amico Ryans in
Philly.
Yeah.
Sure.
So these guys know each other. They know what they're about. And it's really interesting because when we go past a couple of these things and we get to another hire that they made today, was it yesterday? Was it today?
I think they announced it this morning. With Twitter, a day feels like, yeah. I can say
another hire. We'll just leave it at that. But
yeah.
It's interesting because he was the type of player when he was in the league. He was 6'1", 255, undersized. He was a pure speed guy. He was your typical wide 9 guy to put your hand in the dirt and just go bend the corner and go get the quarterback or apply pressure to the quarterback. It's interesting now because we don't know what's going on with D Ford. Can they have their eye on somebody, that Tapp could actually work with? Perfect example, the perfect fit for him would be the guy out of Georgia, Aziz Olakon. I can't say his last name.
Yeah.
But that's your perfect match made in heaven because he's a speed guy. He has the ability to bend, and he's just a little bit raw. And you need someone like Tapp to work with him. But as far as overall for the defensive line, you have 2 intense coaches. I mean, when he was a player, he was a loudmouth, screaming and yelling, talking crap, and he played very intense. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and get to the new hire. I really hope this is the right one. No, this is the other one from the other day that you also didn't get to discuss. Rich Scangarello decided to come with the Niners instead of going to the Jets with Robert Saleh. We're gonna talk about this a little bit later because, of course, with this quarterback talk in the rumor mill, we have to bring up Jimmy Garoppolo. But what I want to ask you about is this: if Rich Scangarello comes back and he fixes Jimmy Garoppolo, if all of a sudden Jimmy Garoppolo is doing something, showing progress, do we shut up about this whole let's get a different quarterback thing, or have we seen enough and are we ready to move on?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But just hold on before we go any further. Shane, don't forget that question. We're going to address that in a little bit because I do have a name that is being rumored and talked about. And
okay.
And a potential replacement for Martin Mayhew. So we'll get into that later. But as far as Scangarello, I do like bringing him back. It is still unknown whether if Shane Day is currently on the staff or he's not on the staff, or if Scangarello is going to be the quarterback coach and Shane Day will be elevated to another title to remain on Kyle's staff. So I think the 49ers and Kyle pretty much know what they have in Jimmy. When Scangarello was here, when we traded for Jimmy, he did one hell of a job in preparing him to get acclimated with the playbook. But I just kind of feel they know the ceiling with Jimmy. And we're going to explain that a little further down the show. I just have 2 pictures I just want to show you guys. reason why, we're having this discussion.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm ready now. I think I got the right pictures here. All right. I think this is a new one here.
Bingo.
All right. Boom. Here we go, Tony. The 49ers are hiring former Giants defensive coordinator James Bettcher in a senior defensive role, source said. He'll provide veteran assistance for new coordinator DeMeco Ryans, as well as simply bolster the staff with the loss of Robert Saleh. Now, Tony, this is a name that we should be pretty familiar with, not just from the Giants because we're here on the East Coast, but he used to be within the division. So go ahead and give us a breakdown. I'm going to take this off of your face here, but the Niners have hired another person here on the defensive side of the ball. They didn't name the exact position here yet, but he's going to be working hand in hand with DeMeco Ryans, someone who has been there and done that, veteran for this first-time DC to lean on, so to speak. What are your thoughts on James Bettcher?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's a pretty good hire, okay? Because let's face it, he right now, with the addition of Bettcher to the staff, he's the only guy with any coordinator experience, okay? We have Tony Oden, never a coordinator. You promoted DeMeco Ryans to the defensive coordinator spot from the linebacker coach. Listen, he played the mic. He called games on the field. He was a great, field general. But you need a second set of eyes. And I think Bettcher is a decent coach to play that role. I don't think he's going to overstep his toes. He knows his role. He knows DeMeco Ryans is the play caller. But the very interesting fact before I get into Bettcher is his background is a 34 defense. So it's interesting. And it's not only that, when he was in Arizona, his defense was a top 6 defense all 3 years that he was a defensive coordinator. All right. He was under Bruce Arians, who's now going to the Super Bowl. Congratulations, Bruce. And he also is under the Todd Bowles tree. We all know Todd Bowles, 34 front, very aggressive, will blitz the shit out of you. So it's interesting. So let's just get to the basics on Bettcher.
And the Niners, just on that, the Niners turned up their blitz packages a lot.
That's because they didn't have the pass rush.
Right, yeah. So
they had to make a rush.
Yeah.
So basically, he's 42 years old. Like I said, he's a 34 base front. He's an aggressive defensive coordinator. He played Cohn from 2015 to 17. He was the defensive coordinator in Arizona. Like I just said, his defense finished top 6 in total defense all 3 years. Then he got relieved. He moved on from Arizona when Arians left. Got hired by Shermer in New York in 2018. Not good. Defense finished 25 in total D and was released at the end of the year along with the whole staff. What do I think? I think it has something to do with the talent. I think Arizona had a much more better talent than the Giants did as far as overall. I mean, they had Patrick Peterson in one quarter. You had Chandler Jones as a pass rusher.
Hassan Reddick there also, if I'm not mistaken.
Hassan Reddick. You had athletes. You had good players. So I think the pieces were in place for Arizona for him to succeed, where the Giants, he tried to generate things, and it just didn't work. So basically, 2020, he sat out all year. He took time. He sat in his house, in his basement, and just reassessed himself. He looked at his scheme. He tried to look at film, see where his scheme was getting attacked, came up with different strategies, different blitzes, packages. So he took a year and really worked on his philosophy and his scheme. So it's an interesting hire. The guy is committed. He was an up-and-coming, well-respected defensive coordinator, according to Arians. I know he was with him, but you got to take Arians for his word. He's a great play caller and an offensive coach. So for him to say that, it has some credibility to it. So the 49ers hired him in 2021 this year, so today. His role is going to be the second set of eyes. I think he's going to help Saleh with game planning. I think he's going to come up with strategies. I don't think we're going to see the typical cover 3 49ers defense anymore. I think you're going to see a defense with multiple looks, a very versatile defense, a more aggressive defense, just not coming off the slot. You can get a blitz off the outside. You can get a blitz from the middle. So it's going to be interesting, and I think he knows his role with this team. I really do. I don't think he's going to overstep Ryans at all. I just think he is just a well-respected coach and a committed coach for him to take one whole season off and reassess his scheme and now come to work with a first-time defensive coordinator.
Could also have been a year to see how he felt and acclimate himself to a 4-3 scheme. This could be something that was in the works a while ago. You have to remember that the Niners were expecting and preparing to lose Saleh last season.
Yeah.
And so this is probably somebody that they hit up and said, hey, if we have to shuffle around this defensive roster, what do you think about that? So
100% right.
Yeah. So those are things you spoke on them well. I won't touch on any more of that. That is all really.
And one just thing before we move on to the next topic, he had multiple opportunities to become a defensive coordinator. I heard Philly was interested in him. I heard the Bears were interested in him. I heard somebody else, I forgot the name of the team, but he had 3 teams interested in to bring him in as a defensive coordinator. And the funny thing is, he didn't go with those jobs. I don't know if he chose not to or he wasn't hired for those jobs. I know Philly just hired a defensive coordinator. But as far as the Bears, I don't know too much what they did. But listen, the guy went, he flat out said, like, he wanted to be in a more stable situation. And that now reading that and hearing that, it was in an article and I sent it to the group chat. Now hearing that is like 4 years ago, this was the most unleashed stable team in the NFL. So kudos to Jed York and bringing in the right people to turn the ship around. We are known as a stable franchise now. And people want to come here. Not only players, now it's coaches. So,
oh yeah, it's a big difference.
I got on
choosing this place over other places when they had other opportunities in higher positions. Like that's something, man. Think like you said, things that turn. You always like the. I like the way you think because I feel like I tweet. I probably do it more on Twitter than I do on here. But I'm always saying something positive and defending Jed York. But you bring it to the show, and I like it.
I mean, come on, you got to give credit where it's due, man.
Yeah,
this guy came right off the gate, giving a guy straight out of Fox News, Fox Sports, a 6-year deal as a GM.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm so childish. I'm so childish.
You're so bad.
You said the C word.
What?
You wanted to say Fox, but you said, all right, it's cool. I don't think I had the graphic for the Mayhew news and departure here, but we can go ahead and answer Shane's question from a while ago that you were looking at here. He said, what do you think about the idea of 49ers replace Martin Mayhew with Louis Riddick? So
just real quick, congratulations to Martin Mayhew getting another GM job on his own. He goes to the Washington football team to work with Ron Rivera. Just in case you guys did not know, he actually played with Darryl Green on the opposite side for the Washington football team. So a name that's been floating around, and I know someone mentioned Louis Riddick before, so I don't know, Shane, if that's where you got it from.
Well, you got to remember the reason he's going to be associated with the Niners in GM roles, before they hired Lynch, he thought he was coming here, and then he started throwing shade at the Niners afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that or not, but he started throwing shade at it. So go ahead. That's why probably Shane is bringing that name up.
So an interesting name. It's almost going to be, if this goes down, it could almost be like a swap. Okay. Washington picked up Martin Mayhew, like I just said. They're interested in Kyle Smith, who's the vice president of player personnel for the Washington football team. Mm-hmm. He's known to be an excellent scout. He was a scout from 2011 to 2016 with Washington. He has a real eye for talent. Kyle speaks highly of him. He spoke highly of him when the Niners played Washington, and he managed to throw his name out there, specifically Kyle Smith's name, when talking about Ron Rivera and their regime.
Kyle Smith's name? Is that what you just said?
Kyle Smith.
Okay.
Shanahan mentioned Kyle Smith's name specifically. He actually said his name in a press conference. And I do think there are some ties to this gentleman and the Kyle Shanahan family somehow along the way. I'm not 100% specific, so I'm not going to really get into it. But, we all know how they like to work. They like to work with guys that they know. Because, people say, it's, familiarity and all this shit. But guess what? When these guys come in, they know what the Shanahans look for. They know what Kyle likes in their players. So by bringing in people that you know and you respect, gives you one leg up ahead of the game. So it's going to be interesting. Nothing's official yet, but that's the name that I heard not only on social media, but it's going to be interesting. So you just keep your eye out for that, potentially as him being the replacement for Martin Mayhew.
Something else that they did really well in Washington was build up that defensive line and the depth therein. And I'm not saying that that's all this guy did, but I'm just saying that I'm sure he took some part in that. And that's John Lynch's linchpin to his defense, no pun intended. He feels that the defensive line is where it starts. Yeah. He likes to build from the inside out. And so that's something to keep in mind, man. When you see guys coming here or names associated with these guys, I think that a lot of them are going to be coming from places with really solid rotation on the defensive line, not just a good one or two guys. You know what I'm saying? So, by the way, guys, if my volume is low, please let me know. I can adjust that. I don't know. I can't hear myself the way you guys hear me. So, all right. So let me see. Let me get this comment off of the screen. And then what we're going to do is get to the meat and potatoes of tonight's episode. All right. Now, they got to stop settling for field goals, man. It's 15-24, Tony. Sack? That should be a sack. And they wanted Patrick Mahomes to be such a hero. Oh, he had turf toe. Oh, he had the concussion. No, please. I don't believe any of that. I don't believe any of that. Turf toe. I've heard of players retiring because of bad turf toe. Yeah, you're not going out and playing and running.
You don't have no turf toe. Did you? I mean, I watched. I gotta be honest with you. Before we go any further, I watched the beginning of the game, and I just got so disgusted. The calls that are blatantly you see on TV, and the referees do not call them. It got to the point where they had to call that one play where I think it was brilliant and picked up and just body slammed Diggs, and they weren't going to call it until the freaking. All the players went nuts, and then they had to call it. But why is it? Why are they so
anti-flagging on this?
Yeah, what is it?
Hill just broke 40 million tackles and ran 75 yards.
Who?
Hill, Tyreek Hill.
I gotta be honest with you.
He's a fast little shifty fuck.
Their offense looks familiar. I ain't gonna lie. It's very similar to what Kyle does. With Jimmy in the game and doing the quick plays to get the ball out quick into the players' hands and let them run and do what they do.
Yeah.
But whatever.
All right. So let's keep this thing moving here. Did we do this one yet? Yeah, we
touched on it.
All right. So we touched on all the hires, the departures. And I don't like Louis Riddick, by the way. I don't know, Shane, if I ever answered your question directly, but I wouldn't do it. I don't forget when people throw shade at the Niners, and I take it personal. So I'm just, no thanks. Would I be mad at them? No, but I think a lot of people are seeing what Mayock did, and they want to try to, bring a guy from TV. We did it with John Lynch already. I just don't know how many television guys you want to bring in that, and then say, all right, let's try it. So I don't know. Let's get to the rumor mill. So I put up the Watson stuff earlier, and Adam Schefter tweeted today. Today? Yeah, I believe it was today. Schefter tweeted out and said that, the Niners are not the Niners, that Watson, no matter who the new hire is still saying that he wants out. He doesn't care at this point anymore.
I think it's pretty much official now he's out. They allegedly had a meeting between the upper management and the coach, and they pretty much agreed with the coach that they're going to move on and rebuild this thing. It's just getting crazy now. Every day it's a new rumor with the 49ers. Watson. Personally, I don't think Watson's going anywhere. I really don't. Especially if Bieniemy gets that job, there's no way in hell Bieniemy will take that job without Watson as his quarterback.
That's the thing. Bieniemy will say no if Watson's not there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so if I don't know the rules, but I imagine that if you're going to hire a guy like Bieniemy, he's going to want to talk to Watson before he makes that decision.
Yeah. So
I really think so.
There's a lot of rumors going around. It started off
30-15.
They scored again?
Yep.
The game's over. Watson, then you heard Sam Darnold, when Salah got hired. Now it's Stafford. Now with Rodgers losing today, Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on, you're jumping ahead. Wait. Hold on now. We got the rumors right here, baby. Hold up.
All right,
Don't just run through all of them now. The Lions and Matthew Stafford have mutually agreed to part ways this offseason, and the team will begin exploring trade options in the coming weeks for the quarterback. Now, everyone is going to be all over this. Matthew Stafford has 2 years, $43 million remaining on his contract with the Lions, including a $10 million roster bonus due in March 21st. Okay? There's $19 million of dead cap to be left with Detroit, who have paid Stafford, a lot of money. Wow, $226.4 million since drafting him number 1 overall. Now, it says trading for Stafford prior to March 21st means a cap hit of $10 million in 2021. That's not a lot.
No.
And $23 million in 2022. Both are cheaper than our current quarterback. Just putting that out there. Just putting that out there. Okay, Tony, let's talk about it, man. This is the newest and the latest one. Well, not necessarily the latest one. There is one more, but we'll get to that afterwards. Is this a guy that the Niners should be looking at? Often injured? Yes. But how often does he miss games? That's rare. Very rare. So let's talk about this. Is Matthew Stafford somebody at the Niners? If you're considering Watson, a part of you has to be considering Matthew Stafford also then, right?
Of course. I mean, clearly we're looking to upgrade the quarterback position, and I'm going to show you why in a couple minutes. But realistic, if you want to, I think this could be a potential good scenario for both parties, okay? You're going to take Stafford out of Detroit, who players abruptly just retired early. They never really surrounded him with a full cast. And when they did have wide receivers, they didn't have a good offensive line. They never really had a good run game post Barry Sanders.
Right.
So, going from that situation into a winning culture of the 49ers, minus the season due to injuries, it could be rejuvenating for Stafford. I saw a clip today in his first year as a starter. He got the shit knocked out of him. Literally, he was laying on the sideline on the floor, almost like in the fetal position. And he goes, wait, they called a timeout? I'm going back in. Something with a non-throwing shoulder.
He runs in, he grabs Dante Culpepper by the shoulder pads, like, hey, get out of here. I got this. I can I can throw if you need me to.
Yes, he gets banged up. He does. I'll tell you straight up. I mean, he gets hit. But he doesn't miss a lot of time. I don't have the stats of how many starts he missed since his first.
Like me too, but deep shot. Oh, damn. He missed it.
So, it's an interesting thing. It's a change of scenario. The guy can make all the throws. He works the pocket
on the field.
Huh?
I think their safety hit his head. Oh no, Sneed. Looks like he hit his head on the ground coming. Oh, he came. Oh, yeah, he bounced back on his back, and now he's on his knees shaking his head. They're gonna pull him. He can't get up and keep playing. There's no way they let him keep playing. All right, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm sorry.
So, change of scenario for him. He's gonna be surrounded by a pretty damn good run game with an offensive line that excels in run blocking. And one hell of a play caller. In my opinion, Kyle would be probably the best play caller he's ever played with or played for. We have weapons. We have a tight end. We have two good young wide receivers. So, it'll be interesting. Now, it's a more realistic trade to try to go after a Stafford, age, contract, compared to going for a Watson, who I just said before. I still don't think they're going to trade him, but it is what it is. The rumors are fine. Watson, you're going to have to mortgage a lot. I mean, it's going to cost a lot to bring him here. Granted, he's 25 years old and his limit is we don't know what his limit is because it's better.
Yeah, he's a 10-year quarterback.
Yeah, so, if you're going to make a power move like that, that would be the quarterback you would want to go for. But, looking at our roster with 40 free agents and all the spots that we potentially have to fill via draft, Stafford's not a bad option. And if they bring him in, he's got a reasonable salary. He's got a reasonable cap number for 21 and 22. It's $23 million. Okay, we're paying a quarterback 26.5, I think, this year. And you're going to see why the team really is trying to find a better option. So I think it's a smart move, but I'm going to tell you right now, the 49ers might have to pay up a little bit because there are plenty of teams that will try to get him. The Colts, potentially the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Houston Texans, if they move on from Watson, the Jets, the Panthers. There's a number of teams that could go after him. So if we do decide to go to Stafford route, it's going to be very interesting to see what it's going to cost to get him here. And if we do land it, I would see the team do an extension and maybe give him a nice chunk of change up front and stretch it over like a 2-year extension over the back end of the deal, with hopefully the cap going up in the last 2 years of his deal.
So let's play this game here. Just a hypothetical. Watson's available and Stafford's available. Who is more, in your opinion, of a Kyle Shanahan guy? Because I think I have an unpopular answer. Who do you think is more of the Kyle Shanahan type of quarterback that he would go for? Now, base that on never mind. You base it on whatever you want.
Well, if you look at Kyle's track record minus RG3,
which wasn't his pick, that was the franchise's pick.
Correct. It's more of a pocket quarterback, and that would lean me a little bit towards Stafford, But when you have a chance to bring in a potential like Watson, you have to really consider it. But you need to set a boundary and say, this is it. I'm not going past this, because if I go past this, it could cripple this roster down the road. So, I mean, you can't really say Stafford and you can't really say Watson because it's all based off of a projection, correct? Skill set and projection. Mm-hmm. We've never seen them play in Kyle's type of offense. So, I mean, both have the ability to do it. It's just, they need to make a decision. If they go to Stafford route, they still need to draft a quarterback to replace Stafford 2, 3, potentially 4 years down the road. Where if they go Watson, that's their future.
Right. I really think Kyle prefers a guy like Stafford. I really, really do. Multiple throwing platforms. Mm-hmm. There's a sidearm.
Which he does. That kid can launch it from any angle.
He's got the deep passes. He can read the hell out of a defense. He's a and I'm not saying nothing I'm saying is something that Watson can't do, just so we're clear here. But I think Kyle would more likely go after, out of those two, I think his choice would be Stafford. I really, really do.
I agree, because now they could still reload the roster, restock the roster over the next 2 to 3 years without forfeiting multiple first-round picks and potentially seconds and players. So this is what you got. And listen, a dark horse option, you have to watch what the Jets are doing. If they pull the trigger and land a quarterback, let's just say for hypothetical reasons, right? We all know who the coach is in Jacksonville. It's Urban Meyer, all right? You had a guy that played in an Urban Meyer type system at Ohio State who was recruited by Urban Meyer before he left. And he's sitting there. Urban Meyer could shock the world and take, first overall, Fields. Mm-hmm. Now the Jets are staring at Trevor Lawrence. And in my opinion, I would not be surprised if they take him. Now you have to throw Darnold in the mix. Okay, so now it just seems like every day there's a new option for the 49ers. Yeah. Someone tried to say, the Niners are interested in bringing Matt Ryan in. First of all, you can't trade Matt Ryan because his contract is absolutely ridiculous to trade. They trade him, Atlanta's in a hit for $40 million, I think, if I read it right. But, it's – I don't know. I just feel they need to upgrade, and it's nothing personal against Jimmy. It's just what I want to show you guys is the reason why I just think it pretty much solidifies why we are in this position.
Absolutely. Random question before we move on. What's your favorite TV show out right now?
Damn, that's really random.
I know. And anybody out there watching right now, just type in your favorite TV show. And this has nothing to do with anything. It has nothing to do with Niners. I'm not tying this into some shave your balls commercial or anything like that. I'm just asking a super random question here.
I really don't know.
No, you don't have one. I see Your Honor, SVU, The Simpsons. Your Honor is a good show. Sopranos. All right, Kenny holding us down. Nothing but Niners on YouTube. 911, Fargo, Coyote, Good Times. Wow. All right. The Mandalorian, NFL.
911 is pretty good. I'll say that.
Is that show still on? Oh, wait, 911. I'm thinking Cops.
No, 911. I don't know, man.
Snowfall.
I'll tell you, like I think it was last football season, this football season that just passed, the beginning of the season, they brought back an old game show of mine, which was my favorite as a kid. It was called Press Your Luck.
Oh,
Man, you never seen Press Your Luck?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, bro, it's phenomenal. My son even loves it because when they did, it's like you have to avoid like the whammies and stuff. So if you land on a whammy, you see like these things pop. Of course, my son goes whammy. So it's great.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like Shop Till You Drop or something.
Well, that's my wife's show.
Not Shop.
No, Supermarket Sweep.
Supermarket Sweep. They came on back to back in the day. They were like one went off and the other.
Okay, look at Niner Boy. Okay.
Cobra Kai.
That's my favorite.
So yeah. All right. We can get back to the show. It's, like I said, it was random, had nothing to do with anything at all. And there is one more quarterback that as soon as the game was over, you know, the rumors, there's websites, there's certain people that like to start rumors. This is the next one here. Next year, I can see Aaron Rodgers going where he originally should have gone to, the 49ers. And then this is Will Blackman here. He said, be real. This does look good, though. And that's Aaron Rodgers in a 49ers jersey down there, guys. We got to talk about it, man. People were saying that at the presser. He said that his future with the team is unclear. He's not sure of his future with the team. He had a phenomenal season. So I'm not sure I'm not sure why he feels like his future's unsure. I mean, and the other thing was on the fourth down call, he said that he didn't have a say in it. It wasn't his decision. A lot of people were saying that they should have went for it on fourth down, and they kicked the field goal with 2 minutes left. And it's weird, man. What are your thoughts on the Aaron Rodgers now? Pro Football Focus that what's the one with Mike Florio?
Pro Football Talk.
Yeah, that's it.
It's all the same teams. Every quarterback becomes available. It's all the same teams interested. So, like, you know, you're hearing with the going back to the Watson thing. The Miami Dolphin reports that the Jets and the Dolphins are the top two options. Well, right. It turns out that that's not true. So you got to take it from where it comes from. If you're seeing Schefter come out and say, "Well, the Jets are reported, according to my source, Jets are number one. The Niners are number two. The Dolphins are number three. The Colts are number four." Like, whatever. I ain't gonna go there, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But as far as Rodgers, man, I don't know. Like you see, like already there's a problem. It didn't work out right. There's a problem. He's already saying, "Well, that wasn't my call." Blah 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 blah. Now, I understand LaFleur is a young up and coming coach. Is his second year.
Josh Allen just threw a pick. It went right off his receiver's hands.
That game's over. Yeah, that's another one. Florio also said that there's a rumor that the Vikings and Niners are talking trade for Cousins. Yeah, okay. He's got a fully guaranteed deal. How are they trading him? But the issue with Rodgers is, like, I think Aaron Rodgers is a very talented quarterback. He's got a very good arm. He can make all the throws. But now when something doesn't go right, he's very quick to say, "Oh, well, that wasn't me who called it." Like, You're not going to get away with that with Kyle.
No, you will not.
So it's kind of like, and you're factoring the age. You know, I honestly think Green Bay's not going to move on for him because I don't think this kid, what's his name? Love, yeah. I don't think he's ready to take that team over. That team has a window, even though 2 straight years they went to the AFC Championship game and lost. But there's a window still there to compete. But why would you?
Right.
He's still under contract. So if they got a who's taking $37 million on? So, you know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's interesting. And this offseason is going to be absolutely insane. Absolutely. And you know what I think is going to make this offseason even more insane? It's what Tom Brady just did. Not that he's going to the Super Bowl, but people never thought in a million years Tom Brady would leave the Patriots. I think they thought he was a Patriot for life. Not only did he leave, he's going to the Super Bowl on a new team. So him and Peyton Manning are going to be the only guys in history to win a Super Bowl for 2 different teams. It's interesting. I like that.
And isn't it funny the Super Bowl is being played in Tampa Bay?
Right. And they're also the first team in history to play in the Super Bowl in their home stadium. So, you know, I guess I just told you guys who I think is going to win now. I wasn't supposed to do that until later on this week. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have the Chiefs back there, back-to-back seasons. And you're going to have the Bucks, and I'll be pulling for the Bucks over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be an interesting offseason. I think what Tom Brady showed the league, though, is don't be afraid to leave the franchise you're at. You know, you can go somewhere else and be successful. Just because you're good there doesn't mean that you have to be stuck there. And I think that's why you see people saying Watson could be gone. Aaron Rodgers could be gone. Matt Stafford could be gone. Because now it's like, well, it's not the same old NFL anymore. It's not the same NFL where people just hold on and just don't let these players go anymore. You know, so it's very interesting. Terra Dome has a contribution here. By the way, Gary B, thanks for the contribution. There was no comment with it, but I did see it. I posted it up there. Thank you for the contribution. Terra Dome says we slept on Tom Brady last year. Let's not do the same with Watson. The Niners didn't sleep on him. They tried. They were in it. It's documented. They were definitely interested in Tom Brady, and that's their second time being interested in him. So you can see that they were definitely looking for something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go. Here's another contribution here from Cali Boy. He says Tom Brady will be the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl in both AFC and NFC. You know, I mean, the GOATs just keep goating, and this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool to see all that. All right, you ready to get to these graphics you showed me?
Yeah, sure. So before you bring them up, you know, everyone's like trying to say, well, we have Jimmy. Jimmy's this. We went to a Super Bowl with Jimmy. Yes. This is nothing personal against Jimmy Garoppolo. I just think Kyle, and we've said this numerous times on this show, I think Kyle knows the ceiling with Jimmy. And I think he hit it. And, you know, it's not a knock against Garoppolo, okay? Like, you know, coming out of college, he was the number 1 quarterback in the country, like coming out of college as far as stat-wise. Even though he played at a lower competition, his passer rating was astronomical. Touchdown to interception ratio, 58, I think, to 6. Like, and over almost 6,000 yards passing. I know the competition wasn't there, but
he was Brock Rutter. Yeah. Come on, man.
So listen, I mean, it's not personal. I just want, and I'm giving credit to this because I watched his show when he did this, and I'm giving a shout out to Grant Cohn because he did one hell of a job breaking this down and explaining it to people. Grant, if I don't know if you're watching, but, you know, kudos to you. It was one hell of a breakdown. So the reason why the 49ers are in this position, and we were in the Super Bowl with the lead going into the 4th quarter, okay? We had the lead. Put the first picture up.
I don't know which was first.
Well, whatever one, they're both the same. One's like a half a step behind. Okay.
You tell me which one you want up here first.
Put the one up before.
All right, well, let's get this contribution off also. It says, We'll read this and then answer this question here from Vince. He says, do you guys think Kyle and John regret not going after Brady? I think we kind of just answered that, but what are your thoughts on that?
I think they do, especially that there was rumors flying that they had a deal in place to move Jimmy to the Patriots, or there was interest in the Patriots were interested in trying to bring back Jimmy. Would I think that happened? I just think Brady's number, because remember when Brady was with the Patriots, he took very team-friendly deals to keep it going. He, at this point of his career, he said, screw it, I want my money. And I think that was the issue of bringing him here. His cap number, I think, and compared to what Jimmy's cap number was, that was the issue, in my opinion. I mean, you can't question that Brady's not good because look where he is right now. Right. But I do think Arians' offense is a little more tailored to Brady, where Kyle, he might have struggled a little bit coming out the gate with the reads and the structure and the design open plays. But, I mean, listen, Brady's a phenomenal quarterback. He could have adjusted that with no problem.
All right. Okay. And then my answer is I don't think they regret it because I think they tried. I think they did go after him. So, yeah, that's it for me. All right, go ahead. Here you go, man.
So here's a play leading into the fourth quarter. It's late third quarter, and you're being paid as a franchise quarterback. The 49ers invested a lot of money in him. They gave up a second-round pick in him, and in big games, you need to make big throws. Now, I'm not Kyle Shanahan. I am not no brain offensive coordinator, and I'm not no Pro Bowl, All-Pro, Hall of Fame quarterback. But this play right here could have kept the game. We could have went up a 2-score lead, and we potentially could have won this game because if he would have made this throw. And it's not one of those throws where, damn, man, I don't think he could have done it. It looked like it could have been open, but it really wasn't. Excuse my language, but there is no effing reason that Jimmy could not make that throw. And if that play sign wasn't there, he's not even looking at George Kittle.
Well, you can see if you look at the back of it, the stripe looks like he's looking beyond the corner or the linebacker that Kittle's running away from there.
He is looking at, I think, to the right, because this is where he made the throw. And this play was 3rd and 5, okay? So even if the ball was snapped, just where that plus sign is, to the top of the Super Bowl trophy is 5 yards. Look how far Kittle is past that. He's almost 7 yards past that. That is an easy throw. That is a basic throw.
And this clean pocket, boy.
What'd you say?
I said with a clean pocket, by the way.
Very clean pocket. There's no pressure. Joe Staley is about to wash this guy, 55 Clark, out of the play. And there's and Jimmy's not even looking at him. Look at where his feet are. His feet are pointing to the right. His shoulders are squared to the right. And that's where he makes the throw. I'm 99% sure that it was Kendrick Bourne sitting right there. And it wound up being in double coverage, and it was an incomplete pass. Okay? He needs to make that throw. There's no excuse. And this is why, in my opinion, Kyle's frustrated and wide receivers are frustrated. Because if we had the ability to let this play run, this backside linebacker that's near Debo in that zone where Debo's running almost straight down the field, and I think he does an outbreaking route, he's not even looking at George Kittle. He don't even see George Kittle.
Right.
If we had the ability to play this, George Kittle is sitting on the hashes for a good 3 seconds, uncovered.
Mm-hmm.
This is the issue. Now look at him here. This is the next stage of the play. So now the linebacker is looking here. This linebacker, the left side linebacker, is looking at Jimmy making the throw to the right, and look at Kittle, wide open. That's a first down. We keep possession, and we kill the clock, and we keep driving the ball down the field. We punch it in, and we could be the Super Bowl champions rather than the Kansas City Chiefs. And this play right here is why I think Kyle and John have made their decision. This play right here is the reason why that contract has not been touched.
And what you mean, what Tony means by they haven't touched his contract is everyone's saying, "Oh, we're strapped for cash." Why don't they just restructure Jimmy? And if they do that, then all of a sudden we're stuck with him. So that's what Tony means by why they haven't touched his contract at all.
Just put it like this, plain and simple. If they restructure that contract, it's going to cost them a lot more money to move on for them rather than $2.5 million.
Right, exactly.
So it's not enough. This isn't bash Jimmy. This isn't like it's not bashing him. So please don't think we're bashing him. Jimmy's done a lot for us. He has the ability, but this is the main thing that we keep talking about repetitively: the inconsistent play at quarterback. That is an elementary throw. He needed to make that throw, and that's all it comes down to.
When people were telling me that, you know, a rookie can't come in here and do what Jimmy did this year, that's why I can't agree with it. It's plays like that. And we saw this continue into this season where people were open in the middle of the field and he's throwing the check down. He's throwing to the sidelines as opposed to throwing it up the middle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that Jets game is rare. That game, that first half that he played against the Jets, that was the anomaly. We can't keep saying that that's who he is and that's what he's going to be consistently. He's just not that. And that's why I'm not afraid about a rookie potentially coming in here. I don't think we have to go out and get a veteran. Let's be clear. I don't think that we have to go and get a veteran. I think that a rookie could come in here and run this offense efficiently. It might not make it, you know, it might not be the best quarterbacking you've ever seen in your life, but I don't think it'll hamper the team. That's my point.
Now, and just one more thing before we move on from this topic is everyone remembers when we traded for him. He sat, 3 games, and I think it was C.J. Bettcher got hurt, and Jimmy came in versus Seattle, right? Now, if we remember Jimmy pre-ACL, Jimmy's first play versus Seattle was a touchdown pass. He got the ball in the shotgun, sat there, read the defense. Nothing was there. He ran out rolled out the pocket to the left to create and let the receivers try to break away and get an opening. He rolled all the way out, maybe 2 yards from the sideline, and he ripped the pass down the field to Lewis Murphy and threw a touchdown pass. His first pass is a 49er, and he scored a touchdown. Okay, then you take it to the Jacksonville game. Okay, another one. I think it was inside the 15-yard line. In the shotgun, gets the snap. Nothing was there. First, second read wasn't there. He rolled to the right. He moved the pocket to the right. And then he waited for something to open, and then he fired it to Trent Taylor for a touchdown. Now, I'm going to ask everybody a question, and you guys can answer it in the chat. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Mike, you could answer it. When was the last time post-ACL you seen Jimmy roll out of that pocket and try to make something? Roll out of the pocket. Not run up straight the field, just like what he did. I think it was the Jets. He ran for first down, was 8 yards. When was the last time you seen him go outside the pocket and make a throw? Post ACL. You haven't. And what that tells me is that ACL is still in his head.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an answer. And I wish I could sit here and say with confidence, he's not still focused on the leg and all that. But it has to be, because you see him going back and forth with brace, no brace, brace, no brace. You heard about it in practice and all that. That means that he's still concerned about it. You know what I'm saying? The team doesn't say you have to wear a brace, because if he had to wear a brace, they would make him wear it. Obviously, it's depending on how he's feeling. And because he went back and forth with that knee brace, it lets you know what you're saying. There's some validity to it. It's just weird, man. It's frustrating. The roster is it was, when healthy, loaded and ready to make a push, but I just don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro.
It's crazy. If you really watch it, Jimmy post ACL injury to pre ACL to post ACL, it's you see a difference in him. He like everyone's saying in the chat, he drops back, hits his back step. If that read ain't there, he just stands there and just waits. And there was one game where I don't know what the hell happened. He caught the ball, and he's in the shotgun. He's just standing there. He's making a look at read. He goes to freaking throw, and he just drops the ball. Like I don't know what it is. Is it too complex for him? Is it too like I know we don't have the greatest pass blocking offensive line. The majority of it is from the right side with McGlinchey and the right guard situation. But still, like you're being paid to play this type of quarterback, and the issue is. And you wonder why these players are getting frustrated. You wonder why Kyle Shanahan's throwing his freaking play card up in the air. It's frustration because Kyle he schemes reads open, and all you got to do as a quarterback is find that read and fire the ball in there. And that picture we just showed you here, credit to Grant Cohn, is the perfect example why we are having this discussion, and the reason why every quarterback that comes available, the 49ers are interested in. Now, if they were that sold on Jimmy and they really truly felt that this was our franchise quarterback going forward, John Lynch, okay, that statement he made, well, we didn't restructure because we don't need the cap right now. That's the biggest bullshit I ever heard in my life because they redid D Ford's contract, they redid Weston Richburg's contract, they redid friggin' Laken Tomlinson's contract, they did Quan Alexander's contract, but they didn't touch Jimmy's. Why?
Yeah. Those are the questions.
I don't mean to beat it to a dead drum, but it's like you see people online, but what about Jimmy? This is the reason why they're looking.
Yep.
I'm done.
So are the Bills. 38-15, man.
I know I won't be watching the Super Bowl.
You're not watching the Super Bowl?
Mm-mm.
Come on. I mean, you got to watch it and hope that the Chiefs lose. You got to hope that they lose. Brady can't throw 3 interceptions against this team, though. That's for damn sure.
I'll tell you what. If you put Stafford, Watson on this team, screw Watson. You put Stafford on this team, I think we beat Kansas City last year.
You think? Did you see that play that we just showed? You think we beat the?
I'm just saying. I think we beat Kansas City last year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy. All right. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have much more to discuss today. I don't think there's any other 49er news or reports that we need to go over or anything. If there's something I'm forgetting, let me know. It's just every time a game ends and here comes another quarterback to the Niners. So far this offseason, the Niners are going to have Jimmy Garoppolo in their quarterback room, Josh Rosen in their quarterback room, Sam Darnold in their quarterback room, Aaron Rodgers in their quarterback room, Deshaun Watson in their quarterback room, and Matt Stafford in the quarterback room. I mean,
you're getting one, bro. Josh Johnson.
Oh, that's Josh Johnson too. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just all these guys are going to be here because every single quarterback is tied to the Niners all of a sudden. Now it's like,
and like, I don't mean to be repetitive. We're not here to bash Jimmy. We're not. I promise you, we're not. Okay. We were all going crazy when Jimmy did what he did last year. When he's on the field, the team wins. But why is the team winning? Is it because of Jimmy? Is it because Jimmy's putting the offense on his back and making huge plays, huge throws, consistent football plays, bombs down the field, making proper reads, like rolling out of the pocket to extend plays or making tough throws. Yeah, he does have a quick release, which is a very gifted talent to have, and it makes it better for him. But you'll get a game where we're like, holy shit, bro, we got our franchise quarterback. And then the next game, you're like, bro, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I don't know this. I'm not going to say I heard. You got to look at it from this aspect, okay? Multiple plays were left on that field, not only in the Super Bowl, okay? This year, last year, there were plays left on the field. And if you don't think players are getting frustrated on that offense, or the coaching staff isn't getting frustrated, or the defense is getting pissed the hell off because they're going 3 and out and they got to come back on the field, it's legit, man. It's happening. It's the people are they're not getting pissed. It's just like, come on, man. You like come on. You know, Jimmy couldn't even game manage to a Super Bowl win with a lead going into the fourth quarter. Like, come on, like, man. We had the lead at 7:35 left in the game. 7:35. 7 minutes.
I will
5 seconds.
I will say this. The one positive that I will say about Jimmy coming back, if he comes back, is that Shanahan knows exactly what his limitations are. He's just
that 100%. Like I said, he knows his ceiling.
Right. And so that means that he's going to have to, and he'll do it because he's a capable guy, but he's going to have a very specific game plan every single week for every we have. The Niners can't just go out and run their offense. You know, you watch the Chiefs, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of explosive plays, some check downs to Hill where he's in space with a convoy in front of him, the screens and stuff like you know exactly what you're going to get when you watch the Chiefs. They don't try to change up their offense. They dare teams to stop them. We can't say that. We have no idea what this offense could look like and say, all right, this is what you're going to get from the 49ers this week. We don't know. One game you'll have 250 rushing yards. Another game you'll have 350 passing yards. And it's never anything in between. You know what I'm saying? You'll have a game where, the tight end is the number one target. You have another game where it's Debo as the number one target. When I say number one, I mean like with the big numbers, the stat box, where the game plan clearly went through that person. And I don't know which is good, which is better, because I like the idea of them keeping people guessing. Wow, what a throw. Good touchdown there. It's like, it's good to see them keeping opponents guessing. You know what I mean? But Kyle has assembled an offense here that tells me you can't do, like, the Patriots will always forever struggle against Kyle Shanahan and this offense, or I'll say a Belichick type defense, because Belichick's idea was, we're going to take away your number one and number two options, and you have to find another way to beat us. Shanahan has no problem doing something like that. Like, no problem at all. But it's just when you need guys to step up, when you need guys to come in here and be consistent, we can't say for sure who any of those people are. You know what I mean? So we just don't know how this game goes. Sloppy Dickens has a question here for us. Mike Tony, what do you think of the take by Daniel Jeremiah saying we should take Pitts at 12? I laughed my ass off.
Listen, Daniel Jeremiah has a lot of connections in the league. He was a former scout for 2 teams. Philly was one. I forgot who the other one was. So he has ties. He has, connections through the scouting community. That talk. I just can't see it. We talk about luxury picks. 100% that's your luxury pick. 100% bringing in Pitts. Why? Because we have George Kittle. We have Ross Dwelly. We have, we could bring Jordan Reed back. Why would you lock up a first-round pick in a tight end when we could address another edge rusher if we move on from D4, which I'm hoping? Or we can address the corner, because now we only have 3 corners and one of them only has starting experience. The
only reason I would say that you do that is if you plan on moving on from George Kittle. And that's something that
obviously, yeah.
But that's something that people don't want to admit and discuss as it even being a possibility. I know how 49er fans feel about him, but yeah, I'm just going to shut up there. But it's I don't see it happening. I don't think that the 49ers have a first round value on the tight end position. I don't care who that tight end is. I don't think that, they have that grade on one of those guys. I think that, onside kick was successful. Holy shit. I mean, it's too little too late, but damn, it worked. Now, are they going to say that the ground calls a fumble? Did he clearly have possession? The receiver, they got one of those really high bounces on the onside kick. Receiver for the Chiefs jumped up to get it, and he got hit as he was coming down with the ball. And oh yeah, that's a clean. That's Bill's ball. Wow, very nice. Holy smokes, man! They hit him hard too. Poor Watts.
Just one thing, real quick. I just want to throw out there because I'm just screwing around right now on my phone looking up things. In 2011, Matt Stafford, 10 years ago, 16 game starter, 16 games played, 421 for 663, 63.5 completion percentage, 5,000 yards, 5,100 to be exact, 41 touchdowns. I think it was 14 or 15 interceptions. They had one player on their offense, Calvin Johnson.
That's it, man. And
Calvin Johnson did not catch 5,000 yards.
Right, exactly. As a matter of fact, I think that season, I don't know if you have it in front of you. I think Calvin Johnson only had a little over 1,000 that year. I don't know if he got 1,100.
Yeah. So
he spreads the ball around, man. It would be a lot of fun to see something like that here. And I'd be excited about any of these guys. I'll be and listen. Don't get me wrong. If they come back and Jimmy's a quarterback, I'm not going to be all down the dumps like, oh, well, this is a waste of a season. Oh, hell no. I think with Jimmy in here, like I said, with Kyle knowing his limitations, we're a playoff team.
Yes.
We're still a playoff team.
Well, it's just more stress on the coaching staff.
Right.
Meaning they have to come up with new schemes week by week to try to get Jimmy to be able.
Where was this set the whole game? They are slinging the rock right now, bro.
Yeah, because they're playing a soft defense, probably.
Yeah, that's true. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's why that kid Watts, he can't kill himself. Like the game is over. It's 21-38. There's 3.5 minutes left. Throws for the end zone, almost threw an interception. He was being held. I'm surprised they didn't call that. I
just think the stage was too big for Allen.
No, I don't think that was it. Well, maybe. All right, I'll give you that. Maybe it was. Yeah. Because the opening drive, he looked good. He marched right down the field.
But when they answered back, that's when the crowd got into it. He was kind of like, eh.
Well, I think their first two drives they scored on. One was a touchdown.
One was a field goal, right?
Yeah, they missed the extra point, so it only looked like it was 9 points. And the Chiefs scored their next couple of possessions, and then they were trailing. And that's when, he got shaky. That's when, once they started playing from behind, he just got shaky. That's all.
Yeah.
So
yeah, someone just put real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. Hold on. Click X Factor put he had 1,600 yards. I think he's referring to
Calvin Johnson 1,600 yards that season.
So if that's the case, if that's the case that he had 1,600 yards, that
Still
means what? 3,500 was to other wide receivers.
Right.
Did Jimmy throw for 3,500 yards?
I think he did he did last year. But even if he didn't, you would have to say it was because of how good our running game was. Oh, here now they're going to fight on the field. Oh, look at the flags coming all over the place. Andy Reid's on the field. Oh boy. Let me see what Jimmy did last year. Let's see if I can pull it up really quick. Jimmy Garoppolo, 2020 stats. Oh, no, we need
2019.
Yeah. That's all right. I'll pull it up here, and then I'll go back to the year before. Here we go. So last season, he had 2019, he had 69%. Yeah, 39.78. He almost had 4,000 yards last year. So, like I said, he's not a bad receiver. That's my point. I mean, he's not a bad quarterback. And they can make shit happen with him, So they just gotta get it together. That's all. They will. They'll get it together.
We'll see, man. We will see. And I'm trying to figure out who the next quarterback is going to be next year. Who the next quarterback for tomorrow, the rumor is going to be for the 49ers.
Yeah, it'll be Josh Allen after they lose this game.
I can't. It's crazy.
Now that would have been fun. That would have been fun. Kyle Shanahan with a guy like Josh Allen.
Listen.
Josh Allen.
It's just another thing I just want to say. You know, everyone knows. I mean, pretty much our number one option, our number one free agent that we have to bring back right now, I think pretty much people are on the same page, would be Trent Williams. Okay. You have an opportunity to redo this deal for Jimmy and retain Trent Williams and free up enough cap space to re-sign him to a 3-year deal, whatever the number is, but they're not doing it. And that just screams that the uncertainty in Jimmy. That's what's driving me crazy. And people just, I don't know.
Well, they save a lot more money by letting them go. That's why they're not redoing that deal.
Exactly.
I think they make a move for whoever their guy is, whoever they think their guy is. It might be it might be someone in the draft, by the way. It might be somebody in the draft. I don't know.
You're 100% right.
Right. And so what that means is you just wait till that date, you release Jimmy, and it costs you 2.5. And all of a sudden that's $20 million going back into your cap space. It's all right. That's okay if that's what their plan is. So, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if Trent is coming back though, Tony.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that.
Let's talk about that. I don't know if I didn't know that people were saying, but I've been saying that for a while. I told you what made me nervous about Trent coming back, right? He said I've never touched free agency before. It's kind of exciting. That made me that gave me serious pause, man. It really, really did. It really gave me pause. I think that he wants to see what they're going to offer what offers he can get. Doesn't mean that he's not coming back, but what reality set in for me when I heard him say that, and it was like, damn, he might not even be back.
You want to end this? Or you want to go for like 20 more minutes?
Oh no, we can wrap this thing up. We're good. We're good. If he doesn't come back,
that's what I was just going to go into.
Oh, okay. No, well, we're on it now, so let's talk.
So yeah, let's put a scenario out. What happens if he does leave? What happens if the Jets overpay him? What happens if the Colts overpay him? Because remember, Costanzo just retired. They have an opening at left tackle.
And so, what's up with Bakhtiari? Just curious, because I know he didn't play. Is he injured? Is he still in the contract?
He tore his ACL the week after he signed his massive extension.
Right. Okay. So he'll be back next year. All right. So then my question is. Well, your question is what's next? Do you want to go first, or you want me to?
Go ahead. I want to hear you. I want to hear people in the chat what they think, and I'll touch on it when you guys are done.
All right, my answer is a little bit more complicated, and the reason I say that is going to be because it's going to depend on who the quarterback is. So we can get a rookie to play over there, right? But that would only happen if we have a veteran quarterback and a veteran center. Those two things have to happen in order for us to get that rookie left tackle. Now, if that's not the case, they go and get somebody in free agency, someone else in free agency, maybe try to acquire somebody via trade. I don't know. But they'll go and get somebody else, and then we go from there. But I absolutely
pull up George Manzo at 9:51.
George Manzo. Oh, I see you. This one here.
Yeah, this is a name that I have my eye on.
Alejandro Villanueva.
He was a Pittsburgh left tackle. He came from the Army. Big dude, physical dude. Pretty mobile. Good agility. He could be someone that could be a potential replacement for Trent at a lot less price. We could probably land Alejandro Villanueva. I mean, he's 30. I think he's. Let me see. I wrote his name down somewhere. 30. 1 second.
32, 33.
I think he's 32. 1 second.
Nails that kick. All right. Is it onside kick time again?
Yeah, he's 32. He's a left tackle from Pittsburgh. He's an unrestricted free agent. Spot Rec has his current market value at $15 million. Listen, that's feasible for a left tackle right now, especially when you're losing one in Trent Williams. Now, being that we do have a lot of free agents, we're going to get a lot of compensation picks next year going into 2022 draft, along with a third-round pick from Saleh. So that's one option. You also have the hell's his name? Russell Cohn is a free agent who likes to negotiate his own contracts. A dark horse. I know we have Justin School, but Brunskill played some left tackle when Staley went down and School was banged up. That could be an interesting situation because, in my opinion, I think Brunskill's better situated as a tackle rather than a center or a guard. Mm-hmm. He's got a lean, elongated build. He's got a lot of athletic build. He's a bigger guy. And when he covered for the right side and the left side last year, he did pretty damn well, in my opinion. So if they can't settle on a number with Trent Williams, those are just two scenarios. Another guy I really like, because every time you watch what's the kid's first name from BYU? Wilson. Zach Wilson. Every time you watch Zach Wilson, he has a clean pocket. No pressure. No guys coming at him from the left or the right. BYU's left tackle, his last name is, I think, Christensen. He just looks like a guy that's technically sound, and, he looks like a great tackle. Not like a great tackle, but he looks like a solid prospect. Nothing special. I'm not saying an all-pro. He just looks like one of those guys that are just going to come in and do their job. Like Trent Brown. He could be. No, but there was nothing special about Trent Brown. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. He could be he could be drafted maybe late second, early third. That's another scenario. I like what I've seen from him. Every time I watched Wilson, I always looked at their offensive line play. Their offensive line played pretty damn well, in my opinion. You have to question the competition because they're questioning the competition versus Wilson versus the defenses that he's playing against. So, it's just an interesting thing. I see Catch these Shanahan's is asking me, what do I think about the center from Ohio State? Josh Myers, I think, is an excellent center. My personal opinion, I like him a little bit better than Creed Humphrey because I think he's more physical. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. He could play guard and center. But the thing is, I don't think Kyle will trust a center in this offense. He wants somebody that's been in this system. He wants somebody that's a starting NFL center, starting NFL caliber center with experience, a veteran in this that he could trust. Perfect example, Vince, Alex Mack, who I think, in my opinion, we could get on a fair deal. I know people are pushing to try to sign Corey Lindsey from the Packers, but he's going to be so far priced out of our range, it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Well, Alex Mack will be the perfect guy, in my opinion. Or we can bring back Ben Garland. So those are just a couple scenarios with the offensive line. I'll stop rambling on about shit and go ahead, Mike. You can talk.
Scenario for you about that left tackle back there. If we can't bring back Trent, get your rookie at left tackle, or move McGlinchey over there, and you get a left-handed quarterback.
No. No.
I'll let you guys think on that.
No.
Come on, there's a left-handed quarterback. No. Okay, all right, okay.
I don't want leave him on the please.
Don't want him to go back to what he naturally did.
Rashawn Slater, the Howard 11 at 958. He is flying up draft boards from what I heard. I've been reading a lot of articles on a couple sites, and he's really moving up draft boards, like almost like top 10 range. They're talking. So, I mean, top 10 to 15 range. I don't think he's top 5 material. I think the kid from Oregon, Swirl, is going to be a top 5 pick. But Slater's climbing the board, and that could be a very interesting scenario.
Okay.
If Trent Williams is gone by the time the draft is done, which he'll probably be either with the Niners or signed to another team, that could be a potential candidate. He's very athletic. He's very technically sound as a pass blocker. So he's just a name to throw out there. I know people will probably be pissed off that we're drafting an offensive lineman because it's not that big splash name or splash position, but
with all these veteran quarterbacks, like saying that they're going to be on the market or could potentially be on the market, doesn't that water down what the quarterbacks in the draft could be?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It could be, you could have teams that, it's so hard to project because it's not your normal offseason coming up, right?
No, not at all.
We don't know where we're going to be at with the cap wise. We're currently at 198. The max it could drop, the most it could drop is 175. I'm hearing that they can go up between 185 and 189. That's what the cap is probably going to be at for 2021, which if that's the case, it helps the 49ers out with an extra $10 or $14 million into their already pool. I think Jason Hurley on Twitter posted that they have $20 million as of right now. You add 10, 14 million, you're at 34 million. You make a couple moves with Jimmy. You make a move with Ford and Richburg, who honestly I think Richburg is done because to come back from that type of knee injury, it's very tough. Right. But I mean, nothing's official. I'm just telling you my personal opinion because I know somebody who suffered an injury like that and his leg was never the same. And this guy was a workout warrior, and he never was the same. So, we need to figure out what the cap is going to be so then teams can make their moves because you're going to see like teams like the New Orleans Saints, they're going to have to cut down. They're like 80 million over the cap. Like,
right.
Like the Philadelphia Eagles are going to have to cut down. You got all these teams that are very close with a ton of free agents. So you're going to see guys coming off the market, going on the market that you were kind of be shocked about. And guess what? I can pretty much guarantee you they're all going to take 1-year deals because they know next year that cap's going to explode. They're not going to lock themselves up unless they give them a big number going into year 2 and 3 if they want to do a long-term deal. But it's going to be interesting. It's way too early to tell because we don't even know the number. But it's going to be – I think this offseason is going to be a very, very, very busy offseason. Not only for the 49ers, but I think the league in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll shut up now.
No, you're good. You're good, man. I think that's going to do it for us, though. It's 10 o'clock. We're going to get up out of here. You guys out there, you make sure you guys are safe, okay? We are going to continue to bring you guys breaking news. Again, the only reason we couldn't really do that breaking news video when the Niners hired Bettcher. I can't get these words
Bettcher.
Bettcher. His name is so weird with the TTCH. Like it's so weird to me. But the reason we couldn't do the breaking news is just timing didn't work out for us. And I've had a lot personally. I've had a lot of stuff going on. A couple of deaths in the family, and so I'm going to be busy with funerals for the next week or so. But it is what it is. We're going to continue to bring you guys breaking news. And yes, you guys are going to get very boring breaking news videos. Ken Webster type breaking news.
We're just trying to keep you guys updated.
Right.
We're not. We just want to keep you guys in the loop. That's our main objective here and goal is to keep keep the fan base, the 49er fan base, not our fan base, the 49er fan base in the loop as fast as we could. Because listen, there's times where you could be driving and all of a sudden a tweet could go out. And you might not recognize it till you get somewhere and look at it. But if you set your alert and it goes off, something's up. And what are you going to do? You're going to click it and you're going to watch and you're going to get updated. So
there you go. So that's going to do it for us tonight, man. Tony, you have any final thoughts, man?
No, I mean, just, if anybody wants to talk, ask any questions, my thoughts, my DMs are open. Hit me up. It's NJ9erFan499 on Twitter. Hit me up. I know I forgot to answer Ken's question. Ken asked me something about potentially Von Miller being released from Denver. I know Von Miller has an issue with some off the field issues. I don't know what it is, but I could have swore I read something where he's being investigated for something. Listen, if he does hit the market,
yeah, something to do with his baby mom. I'm not going to say his wife or girlfriend, but I know she started leaking texts and stuff like that earlier in the week, and that put him under some kind of investigation or something like that.
So, I mean, listen, if he becomes available, I'm sure the 49ers will look at it, but it's got to be the right price. I mean, this one thing about this administration, guess what? They're always looking to make this roster better. But they don't take everybody. They're looking for the right way to add that type of player at the right price to keep this nucleus together. So,
yeah,
that's all I got. You guys want to ask any questions, just feel free to hit me up. And that's all I got, Mike.
Yeah, and my final thoughts are everyone out there, just be safe. Thanks for rocking out and being patient with us, guys. I know we had to kind of break the schedule this week. And again, I can't say it enough. I'm sorry about that. I do truly apologize. But we're going to try to get back on our regular scheduled program here. Shows back on Sundays like you're getting now, and then Tuesday will be the next day. I don't know if Tony will be with us because that's his day. Hey, I don't know if Tony's going to be with us on Tuesday because it's his birthday. His family might not let him come on, but I completely understand if that's the case, man. But I won't wish you a happy birthday early. I think that's bad luck, so I will wait to the day of. But if you are available to join on Tuesday, even if you just pop in and say what's up, let the faithful show you some love. We'll do that too. You know what I'm saying? But
we'll see. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you all for checking us out. Facebook users, I see some of the comments out there. I saw someone said they shared it at the beginning of the show. I just can't. I don't know who it is. I can't see the name. So, but we thank you all for rocking with us. Whatever platform you're watching, there's people on Twitch that are watching right now too. So thank you guys. We try to bring you guys multiple ways. We don't do Periscope anymore. We have the ability, but we just haven't been doing that. So we thank all of you guys for checking us out, man. Be safe out there, guys. And I mean that with everything that's going on out in society still. Be safe out there. And we'll see you guys later, man. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always remain faithful. We're out.